The measure of true glory is not to give battle in the bright noon of war, surrounded by brave comrades upon the field of victory, but to valiantly fight on alone in the darkness, with no hope of aid or even remembrance, and to spit defiance in midnight's eye.
Quote by LionEl'jonson.
Johnson was in the midst of his military campaign against the Guardian League within the Shield Worlds when he received unsettling news of Horus's treacherous betrayal. Understanding the grave implications of Horus's rebellion, the Lion realized that the ultimate test for the War Master would be the confrontation with the Emperor on Terra. As long as the Emperor remained safely ensconced within the protective walls of the Imperial Palace, Horus could never truly achieve victory and assume control over humanity. Determined to thwart Horus's plan, Johnson devised a plan to prevent the War Master from successfully launching his assault on the Imperial Palace. With a modest force under his command, the Lion embarked on a daring expedition to the Forge world of Diamat. His objective was to secure several formidable siege weapons that would be crucial for Horus's intended attack on Terra. Despite facing overwhelming odds, Johnson demonstrated his exceptional strategic acumen and managed to secure the highly coveted siege weapons. In a stroke of tactical brilliance, he appeared to have defeated the War Master with only a small contingent of troops, leaving Horus confounded by his unexpected setback. Following his triumph at Diamat, the Lion encountered Perturabo, who was en route to join Ferrus Manus in the battle against Horus on Istvan V, alongside other legions. Recognizing a golden opportunity to position himself as a potential successor to Horus, Johnson struck a deal with Perturabo. He traded a capital siege weapon to Perturabo in exchange for his support in assuming the new role of War Master. However, unbeknownst to Johnson, Perturabo was secretly aligned with Horus, as later unveiled by his actions during the events of Istvan V. Without delay, after the siege of Diamat and Perturabo's acquisition of the siege engines, the Primarch of the Dark Angels swiftly turned to the Shield Worlds, where the majority of his legion was operating, with the immediate intent of proceeding towards Terra. As a part of Horus's calculated strategy to divert loyalist legions away from Terra, the Night Lord's Legion, commanded by Conrad Curze, was dispatched to the eastern fringes. Engaged in the Thrones Crusade, the Night Lords wreaked havoc upon numerous loyalist worlds, leaving destruction and terror in their wake. Amidst this brutal campaign, Curze extended an invitation to the Lion for a meeting on the planet Seguauzla. During their encounter, Curze unveiled a prophecy to the Lion, providing insight into the future of the Dark Angels. However, the meeting quickly deteriorated into violent clash, resulting in the Lion departing with a grievous throat wound, while Curze suffered a blade in his back. In the aftermath, the Lion acquired a warp engine of immense power, named Tumultuous, enabling him to coordinate entire fleets during warp jumps. Nonetheless, the Lion's decision to employ librarians to combat demons during their journey ignited internal strife within the Dark Angels, leading to a bitter dispute that culminated in the Lion slaying Namil, one of his own. During a crucial battle, the Lion confronted Koros Fateweaver, a greater demon, who sought to corrupt him and sway his allegiance to chaos. However, the Lion, unwaveringly loyal to the Emperor, rendered him impervious to any corrupting influence. Swiftly recognizing the threat, the Lion dispatched Koros Fateweaver, impaling the Lord of Change through his heart, thereby reaffirming his unyielding dedication to his cause. LionEl'jonson, in his pursuit of Conrad Curze and his legion of Night Lords, finally engaged in a momentous battle on Raboot Gilliman's homeworld of Macragge. Utilizing his tactical prowess, he orchestrated a cunning ambush that led to the confrontation with the Brother Primarchs for the second time. The Night Lord's Legion, severely wounded, left the battlefield with Curze rendered comatose. Seizing the opportunity, the Lion orchestrated a second ambush as the Night Lords regrouped. In a twist of fate, Curze awakened and, accompanied by a contingent of his forces, boarded the Invincible Reason, a vessel of great magnitude. The fierce battle concluded with Curze retreating to his ship's lower decks, while surviving Night Lords, including the first captain Sevatar, were taken captive. However, Curze remained at large within the vast confines of the ship, unleashing terror and relentless elimination of every search team sent by the Lion. Determined to bring his elusive brother to justice, the Lion personally embarked on a 16-week hunt through the Invincible Reason. ceaselessly stalking Curze but never managing to locate him. Due to the rune storm orchestrated by the Wordbearers, the Dark Angels found themselves cut off from the intended return to Terra under the Lion's command. Instead, they followed the beacon emitted by Pharos and made their way to Ultramar, where they joined forces with the Ultramarines and Blood Angels, led by their respective Primarchs, Reboot Guilliman and Sanguinius. Together, the three Primarchs played pivotal roles in the establishment of Imperium Secundus, a new empire. The Lion was appointed as Lord Protector of this nascent dominion, a position akin to that of War Master. When Curze escaped from the Invincible Reason and unleashed chaos upon Macragge, the Lion joined Guilliman in a valiant yet unsuccessful attempt to vanquish the Rogue Primarch. However, the entire battle had been a cunning trap, as Curze brought down the very chapel in which they clashed. The survival of LionEl'jonson and Guilliman was owed to the intervention of Barbarous Dantioch, who activated the Ferris, teleporting them to the planet Sotha. Haunted by a sense of responsibility for Curze's violent rampages throughout Ultramar, the Lion became consumed by an obsessive pursuit of his dark and elusive brother. In the Zepeth system, LionEl'jonson assumed command of the Deathwing, unleashing havoc upon the forces of Wordbearers and World Eaters in an unrelenting quest to locate Curze. As the Lion and Guilliman continued to clash over the policies of Imperium Secundus, tension escalated, particularly concerning the handling of rebels on Macragge, whom the Dark Angel Primarch believed were influenced by Curze. In response to the devastating suicide bombing targeting the Astartes convoy, LionEl'jonson invoked martial law on Macragge, utilizing his legion to establish order. Convinced that Curze was concealed within the rebellious Illurium Legion, the Lion advocated for employing weapons of mass destruction from orbit to eradicate the threat. However, facing opposition from both Sanguinius and Guilliman regarding this extreme measure, the Lion redirected the Deathwing to flush out Curze and the rebels, deploying his forces to accomplish the task at hand. During the assault on Alma Mons, a pivotal moment occurred when the Lion successfully cornered Curze, resulting in a fierce clash between the two Primarchs. Engaged in a brutal battle, the Lion eventually emerged as the victor. In an attempt to comprehend Curze's motivations, the Lion questioned his brother's betrayal, to which Curze cryptically replied, "Why not?" He confessed to the presence of an uncontrollable inner monster that drove him to commit heinous acts. Rather than delivering a fatal blow, the Lion pulled back, acknowledging his inability to kill Curze, but promptly unleashed another barrage of strikes upon him. With a display of immense strength, the Lion tore off Curze's backpack and delivered a devastating blow, breaking his spine and leaving him paralyzed. Instead of passing judgment upon himself, the Lion presented Curze before Sanguinius and Guilliman to face trial. Curze openly admitted to his actions but refused to accept guilt, asserting that he was compelled to act in such a manner, absolving him of the responsibility of his crimes. Further exasperating tension, Curze accused the Lion of orchestrating secret orbital attacks and sowing discord between Guilliman and Sanguinius. Enraged and seeking retribution, the Lion attempted to end Curze's life, but Sanguinius intervened with words of wisdom, while Guilliman shattered the Lion's sword, symbolizing the fracture within the Triumvirate. Consumed by anger, the Lion was dismissed by Sanguinius, effectively ending Imperium Secundus and banishing him from their midst. Within hours of his dismissal, the Dark Angels withdrew from the planet, leaving behind the turmoil. Haunted by doubt and introspection, the Lion brooded over his past decisions, including the exile of Luther, as he stood in the presence of the enigmatic warp engine to Tulcha. In due course, his council convened, the Lion declared to return to Caliban, their homeworld. However, before their departure, a thought struck the Lion, compelling him to command Chulcha to teleport him to the Holguin to Sanguinius' chamber on Macragge. Just moments before Sanguinius could execute Curze, the Lion materialized, imploring the angel to halt his actions. Troops swarmed into the chamber, demanding the Lion's surrender, but he countered by presenting Curze's claim that his death would be at the hands of an assassin, a prophecy sent by the Emperor himself. For the Lion, this was evidence that their father still lived. Sanguinius, recognizing the validity of his own visions of impending death, pondered the fate of Curze. The Lion humbly knelt before his brothers, vowing to serve as Curze's jailer. Thus Curze remained a captive aboard the Invincible Reason, with occasional visits from the Lion in an attempt to extract information from his prophetic visions, albeit with little cooperation from the Night Hunter. Following Curze's trial, Sanguinius, LionEl'jonson, and Guilliman concurred on the necessity to breach the Runestorm and reach Terra to provide aid to the Emperor, whose continued existence had been revealed to them. Within the treacherous Runestorm, the Loyalist fleet confronted various horrors and rumors of a destructive entity known as Pilgrims. Even the advanced capabilities of Tutulcha proved inadequate in navigating this tumultuous anomaly, frustrating the Lion. Amidst the Battle of Pharaon, as Sanguinius received a crucial vision, he realized that their path led back to where their struggle began. Davin. Reluctantly, Guilliman and the Lion concluded to trust Sanguinius, although they had initially contemplated obliterating the planet upon arrival. Hovering over Davin, Sanguinius surprised the Lion by boarding the Invincible Reason and bringing the captive Conrad Curze along. Sanguinius hoped to harness Curze's prophetic abilities to discern his own purpose on Davin. As Sanguinius commanded a mass landing on the planet's surface, the enraged Lion almost ordered Davin's annihilation, disregarding Sanguinius's presence. However, at the last moment, the Lion relented, aghast at the magnitude of what he had nearly done. He realized that an insidious force was attempting to ensnare the Primarchs on the path of damnation, prompting him to follow Sanguinius down to Davin, driven by the sense of duty and the need to unravel the mysteries that lay ahead. Upon reaching Davin, a treacherous turn of events unfolded. Sanguinius found himself ensnared within a malevolent portal, engaged in a fierce duel against the demon Madail. Desperate to reach their embattled brother, Guilliman and the Lion fought valiantly both on the planet's surface and in the skies above. The clash reached a fever pitch as the demon ship Veritas Ferrum obliterated Guilliman's acting flagship, the Samothrace, in a devastating assault from orbit. Despite the odds stacked against them, Guilliman and the Lion, fighting side by side as true brothers, unleashed their combined might upon the colossal soul grinder, bringing it crashing down. Eventually, Sanguinius managed to break free from the clutches of the portal, and the Space Marine forces hastily retreated to the safety of space. In a strategic maneuver, Davin was obliterated by cyclonic torpedoes, eradicating the planet and dispersing the demonic fleet that had plagued them. In the void left by Davin's destruction, a rapture in the Runestorm emerged, revealing a potential path to Terra. However, further analysis revealed that Horus had foreseen this route and had erected a formidable blockade to impede their progress. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Guilliman and the Lion agreed to engage the blockade, serving as a diversion while Sanguinius and the Blood Angels pressed towards Terra, embracing their fated destiny. The Lion expressed his fervent desire to exact vengeance by assaulting worlds under Horus's control along the way to Terra, relishing the opportunity to strike back. At some point prior or during the Siege of Terra, the Astronomicon, the guiding light of the Imperium, mysteriously faltered for the Dark Angel's fleet. Gripped by fear that Horus had conquered Terra, the Lion descended into a nihilistic state of mind, forsaking the direct path to Terra. Instead, he resolved to unleash devastation upon the traitor-held territories, rationalizing that these assaults would draw enemy reinforcements away from Terra and serve as a vengeful purge. In the spite campaign known as the Passage of the Angels, the Lion oversaw the destruction of Chemos and Barbarus, guided solely by Tutulcha in the absence of the Astronomicon's guidance. The Lion's next destination was Deliverance, the homeworld of the Raven Guards, where Corax and Leman Russ were mustering their forces. Inquisitive about the Raven Lord's absence from the major war fronts, the Lion's concerns were allayed by Russ, who pointed to the survival of his own legion as evidence of their value. Rush pledged to join the Lion's crusade of vengeance, offering warriors equipped with the newly forged Mark VI power armor. However, Corax exercised caution, wary of committing his battle-worn Raven Guard to what he perceived as potentially wasteful pursuit driven by spite. Consequently, he assigned only a modest expeditionary force of his Raven Guards to accompany the Lion's forces. Ultimately, the Lion set his course for Terra, but fate dealt a cruel hand, arriving too late to influence the outcome of the decisive battle or preventing the Emperor from being interned on the Golden Throne. The Lion arrived to mark a bittersweet moment of missed opportunity and a sense of solemn duty unfulfilled.
Hey all you great crusaders, Warhammer Wiki here. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode on LionEl'jonson's history and lore. We only have a few more videos before we wrap up the series on the Primarch of the Dark Angels, so be on the outlook. Because you guys did so amazing on our last video about the Emperor always wanting to be God theory, we're going to make more videos about Warhammer 40k theories following a similar style. So thank you guys so much for that. We're close to the halfway point on the 1k sub goal, so keep up the good work. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the Omnisci's blessing. Until next time, goodbye guys.